Here's what's actually going on. Her body is flooded with hormones, estrogen, progesterone, hormones that are rising and falling in patterns she's never experienced before. And these aren't just physical changes, they're neurological, they're emotional. Her brain is literally rewiring itself. The prefrontal cortex, the part that regulates emotion and impulse control, it's still developing. And in the meantime, her limbic system, the emotional center, it's in overdrive. So when she feels something, she feels it intensely, overwhelmingly, without the capacity to regulate it the way an adult would. And this makes sense. She's not broken. She's not traumatic. Her body is doing exactly what it's designed to do during puberty. It's just that nobody prepared her for how confusing and destabilizing it would feel. And nobody prepared you for how to support her through it without taking it personally. Maybe you remember your own puberty. Maybe you don't. But even if you do, hers is different because she's growing up in a different world with different pressures, and her body is responding to all of it. The hormones aren't just about reproduction. They're about identity, about becoming. And that process, it's messy, it's uncomfortable, and it doesn't happen in a straight line.
She slammed the door. Again, over something small, something that wouldn't have mattered yesterday. You asked her to clean her room, and she looked at you like you'd asked her to move mountains. Or maybe she was fine one moment, laughing at something on her phone, and the next, she's crying, and she doesn't even know why. And you don't know what to do. You don't know if this is normal, if she's okay, if you did something wrong. So you tell her she's overreacting, that she needs to calm down, that it's not that serious. And she shuts down. Or she yells back, and the distance between you grows. Because she doesn't understand what's happening to her body, and you don't understand what's happening to her either. But here's what neither of you knows. This isn't attitude. This isn't defiance. This is her body going through something massive, something she has no control over, and it's trying to tell you both something.
Let's talk about what this feels like for her. She wakes up some days and everything feels wrong. Her body feels wrong. Her face feels wrong. The clothes that fit last week don't fit the same way, and she doesn't know why. She looks in the mirror and sees someone she doesn't recognize, someone whose body is changing faster than her mind can process. And on top of that, her emotions are everywhere. She's sad for no reason, angry at small things, anxious about things that didn't bother her before. And when you ask her what's wrong, she says nothing. Not because she's hiding it, but because she genuinely doesn't know. She can't explain it because she doesn't have the language yet. She doesn't understand that what she's feeling is hormonal, that it's temporary, that it's normal. All she knows is that she feels out of control, and that terrifies her. So she pushes you away, not because she doesn't need you, but because she doesn't know how to let you in when she can't even make sense of it herself. And here's the hard part for you. When she pushes you away, it hurts. It feels like rejection, like you're losing her, like the little girl who used to tell you everything is gone. And in some ways, she is. She's becoming someone new. And that transition, for both of you, it's a kind of grief. You're grieving who she was, and she's grieving the simplicity of childhood, when her body made sense, when her feelings were manageable, when she knew who she was.
So what do? How do you support a daughter whose emotions are everywhere and who can't explain what's happening? You start by validating her. You say, I see that you're upset. You don't have to know why. I'm here. You don't minimize, you don't dismiss, you don't compare her struggles to yours or tell her it's not that bad. Because to her nervous system, in that moment, it is that bad. You teach her about her body. You explain that what she's feeling is hormonal, that her brain is changing, that mood swings are normal, that she's not broken or dramatic or too much. You give her language for what's happening so she doesn't feel like she's losing her mind. And you create space for her emotions without taking them personally. When she snaps at you, you set the boundary. You say, I understand you're upset, but speaking to me that way isn't okay. We can talk when you're ready. And then you let it go. You don't hold on to it. You don't punish her for being human. Because what she's learning right now is whether her emotions are safe with you, whether she can be messy and still be loved. And if the answer is yes, if you can hold her through this without making her feel like she's too much, you're teaching her something crucial, that her feelings matter, that she's allowed to take up space, that being a woman with all the hormonal complexity that comes with it doesn't make her less worthy of patience and understanding. This phase won't last forever, but how you respond to it will shape how she sees herself, how she regulates her emotions as an adult, how she asks for help when she needs it. So don't fear the mood swings. Listen to them, because they're not trying to push you away. They're trying to tell you she needs you, maybe more than she ever has before. And the way you show up now in these hard moments, that's what she'll remember. Not the perfect advice, not the solutions, just that you stayed, that you saw her struggling and you didn't leave. That's what builds trust. That's what teaches her she's not alone. And that's what she'll carry with her long after the hormones settle and the mood swings fade.